Welcome students to the computer science class. In this tutorial, we will discuss the exercises on the chapter computer memory. We have finished discussing the chapter. Now it's time to discuss the exercises. So you will find that I have already marked the answers, the correct answers in the book. The PDF I am sharing, I will explain those answers in this tutorial. So let's begin. The first one, pick the correct answer. 1A. Primary memory is also known as backup memory, main memory, basic memory. And the right answer is main memory. You know that main memory of the computer is like the workspace of a carpenter. So without the workspace, can we work? So workspace is very vital where we work. We bring the book, we bring our copy to the workspace like our desktop, and there we write, we read, or we do our work. So on the workspace we do the work. Similarly, computer also does its work in the main memory, and it is the main memory that is referred to as the primary memory of the computer. Without the primary memory, a computer cannot work. So that is why it is primary. Next, RAM and ROM are parts of primary memory, secondary memory, first memory. The right answer is primary memory. RAM and ROM are parts of the primary memory. RAM is a volatile primary memory. ROM is a non-volatile primary. So they serve different purpose, but both are primary. RAM loses all its data as soon as the power is turned off, but ROM will not lose the power, not lose the contents when the power is turned off. Okay. Next is ROM is dash in nature. ROM is non-volatile in nature. Volatile, the options are volatile, non-volatile, both 1 and 2. ROM is non-volatile in nature. That is, it does not lose its contents when the power is turned. So it is non-volatile. It is permanent. ROM is non-volatile in nature. Which of the following is secondary memory? Options are RAM, ROM, hard disk. So RAM and ROM, they are the primary memory. So hard disk is the right option. Is the secondary memory of the computer. Hard disk is the secondary memory. The type of ROM that erases its contents by ultraviolet light. The options are EEPROM, EEPROM, and PROM. And the right option is EEPROM. That is erasable, programmable, read-only memory. The type of ROM that erases its content by ultraviolet light is erasable read-only memory. And you know why it will not be EEPROM? Because it is electrically erasable. It erases by the application of electricity. But EEPROM, it erases by the application of ultraviolet light. Okay? And PROM, it is not the correct answer. It is programmable read-only memory. But we don't know whether it is erasable or not. So if it is erasable, the contents can be erased, then it is EEPROM, erasable programmable ROM, read-only memory. Okay, I hope you understand erasable programmable read-only memory. So that is EEPROM. A temporary storage area for instructions and data that enhances CPU speed. Cache, CSCHE cache, CASH cache, and CATCH cache. There is nothing called CASH or CATCH, but the temporary storage area that enhances CPU speed by storing the instructions and data is the cache memory of the computer. So cache is the CSCHE is the right answer. A place where the computer holds current programs and data that are in use. Motherboard, memory, ROM. It is the memory. A place where the computer holds current programs and data that are in use is called the memory. A newer type of RAM which stores data using magnetic charges. Options are SRAM, MRAM, and DRAM. SRAM, what is the full form of SRAM? It is static RAM. What is MRAM? Magneto-resistive RAM. And what is DRAM? It is dynamic RAM. So you can guess that magneto-resistive RAM, it uses magnetic charges to store the data on the RAM chip. So a newer type of RAM which stores data using magnetic charges is MRAM. So number 2, MRAM is the correct answer. So for age, it is number 2. For G, it is also number 2. For F, it is number 1. For E, it is EEPROM 1. For D, it is hotbits number 3. For C, it is 2. Non-volatile memory. For B, it is 1. Primary memory. And for A, it is 2. That is main memory. Alright. Next, give the full form of the following. RAM is random access memory. ROM is the read-only memory. The two types of memory that are there in the category of a primary memory are RAM and ROM. And the variants of ROM, that is ROM. EEPROM is a variant of ROM. That is erasable, programmable, read-only memory. Erasable, programmable, read-only memory. DRAM, it is dynamic random access memory. MRAM, magnetoresistive random access. Alright. Next, complete the following. 1 byte is equal to dash characters. How many characters? 1 character. 1 byte can keep 1 character. 1 KB, 1024 bytes. 1 TB, 1024 GB. 1 MB, 1024 KB. 1 nibble, 4 bytes. Okay. So you will find all this from the second page of the chapter, I think. At the very beginning, the memory units were given. That is page number 13 of your book. Question number 3. Okay. Page number 13. Okay. So, can read and verify. Next, fill in the blanks. The dash is a temporary workspace inside the computer that stores instructions and information. The memory is a temporary workplace inside the computer that stores instructions and information. There are two categories of memory in the computer, dash and dash, primary and secondary. A dash is the basic storage unit in the computer. A byte is the basic storage unit in the computer. A dash interprets the data while it is in RAM. The processor interprets the data while it is in RAM. So, what are the data in the RAM? It is the data and instructions that are waiting to be processed by the processor. The processor is going to execute those commands or instructions residing on the RAM chip. Okay. Next. Dash is a non-volatile memory, that is permanent memory. Non-volatile means permanent. It does not lose its contents when power is turned off. The ROM is the non-volatile memory and RAM is a volatile memory. So the answer will be ROM. Next, write T for true and F for false statements. I have written the whole thing. False, true, right? RAM is called the secondary memory in the computer. No, is RAM secondary memory? Secondary memory is the hard disk or the compact disk or the pen drive, flash drive are the secondary storage. RAM is the primary memory in the computer. So this one is false. A memory module is a circuit board that holds memory chips. Yes, memory module holds the memory chips. True. RAM holds data permanently. It is false. RAM holds data temporarily because RAM is a volatile memory. So RAM holds data temporarily. So it is false. SRAM is efficient and fast but very expensive. It is static RAM is efficient and fast but it is very expensive. More the RAM, faster the computer will respond. It is true. So more is the memory, more is the speed of the computer. Why? Because it will have to spend less time in data transfer. All the data and instructions that are required to be executed are kept on the memory itself and not on the secondary memory. So, keeping in the workspace, you can do the work. Your work will be faster. You don't have to go and bring the data you require. You don't have to fetch the data every time from a storage device. So the working of the processor will be faster. So more the RAM, faster the computer will respond. It's true. Done. Next, answer the following questions. Write short note on computer memory. What do you write about a computer memory? It is the storage device of the computer. So come to page number 13. You will find the answer written. Memory plays a very important role in a computer, a basic unit where data and instructions are stored temporarily, and usually memory consists of one or more chips on the board. It stores instructions waiting to be executed by the processor. Data needed by those instructions and the results of processing the data. So memory stores the instructions that are waiting to be executed. It also stores the data on which the instructions will work, and it also stores the results of after the processing of the data. After the processing, the data is also stored in the okay. Also write this, a computer system is equipped with some additional memory devices which are generally used to store programs, applications, data and information permanently. These are called the storage devices or backup memory of the computer and are referred to as the secondary memory of the computer. Okay. Write down the difference between primary memory and secondary memory. The primary memory, it is the temporary memory or the workspace of the computer. And secondary memory is the permanent memory used for backing up data, for permanent storage. Data and instructions are stored permanently in a secondary memory. There are two types of primary memory. One is RAM, another one is ROM. Secondary memory, there are hard disks, compact disks, DVD-ROM, flash drive, and there can be. Okay, so you can find the examples and the definitions from page number 14 and 17 of your book. The difference between a primary memory and a secondary memory. And you can also write a primary memory is a faster device. It can respond to the processor's need of data and instructions, and they are comparatively costly. Secondary memory are slower devices. They are comparatively cheaper devices. They have large storage capacities, but they are slower, slow in responding to the need of the processor's data. Okay, so you'll get this difference from the chapter, page number 14 and 17. Write down the difference between RAM and ROM. RAM is the random access memory, is the volatile memory of the computer. ROM, read-only memory, it is the non-volatile memory of the computer. So RAM is temporary storage, ROM is permanent storage. There are two types of RAM, that is static RAM and dynamic RAM. And as the technology evolved, there came double data rate RAM, double data rate generation 1, generation 2 and generation 3. There are also RAMs like magnetoresistive RAM and which work with the magnetic charge. ROMs are of three types, that is PROM, programmable ROM, programmable read-only memory, EEPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory, and EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. This also you will write from the book 15 and 17. Write one difference between PROM, programmable read-only memory, and EEPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory. So PROM, it uses the ultraviolet light to program your ROM chip, and EEPROM uses, okay, just a minute, you can see it. PROM, it is programmable read-only memory, and EEPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory. So here you can use the ROM chip to program. Okay, it is not erasable. Had it been erasable, then it would be suffixed with E in the beginning. This PROM is not erasable, and EEPROM, it is erasable. Once you program, then you cannot reprogram the same ROM chip. But EEPROM, it is erasable. You can program once, again you can erase it and reprogram the same ROM chip. So that is the main difference. Let's see what are the differences given. Page number 17. See, PROM is a blank chip on which you can place items permanently. Yes. Once you program, this permanently means once you program, you cannot reprogram. You can program it only once. So programmers use microcode instructions to program a prompt. But EEPROM is a type of ROM on which the contents are erased by ultraviolet light and then reprogrammed by our PROM program. Okay, so PROM is permanently programmed, it cannot be reprogrammed, and EEPROM is not permanent, you can reprogram it. You can reprogram a EEPROM, but you cannot reprogram a PROM. Explain the purpose of cache memory in the computer. What is a cache memory? It is used in a computer to enhance the speed of the computer. It enhances the speed of the computer. Cache is a temporary storage area for instructions and data that enhances CPU speed. Most of today's computers improve their processing time and with cache. Memory cache improves the processing speed of the computer because it stores frequently used instructions and data. Cache is built directly in the processor chip. When the processor needs an instruction or data, it first searches the cache. If it doesn't locate them in cache, then it searches RAM. If the instruction or data is not found in memory, then it must search a slower speed storage device as hard disks or CD-ROM. And modern computers have three types of layers of memory cache: level 1, level 2, and level 3. So, cache memory enhances the speed of processing. CPU speed is enhanced by cache. How it is enhanced? It is enhanced because it stores the frequently used instructions and data. So whatever data and instructions are required by the processor frequently are stored in the cache itself. So it did not fetch it on the RAM or from the hard drive. So the processor, when it needs some data, it first searches on the cache, which is a very fast device, very fast kind of memory, and very costly kind of memory, as it can transfer the data very fast from itself to the processor. So whatever data is required, it is searched on the cache first. If it is not found, then RAM is searched. If it is not found, then also then a slower device like hard disk or CD-ROM is searched. So cache enhances the speed of the computer, speed of processing. Explain the purpose of cache. Okay, you have to explain it like that. The more the cache, the more is the performance, more is the speed of the processor. Okay, so that's it. Complete the exercises, read the chapter well, and comment your doubts in the comment section so that I can clear your doubts in my next video. Thank you all.